Welcome, everyone, to Henry County Chamber of Commerce Community Dialogue, hosted by our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. My name is Judy McMurtry. I am the committee chair for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Hi. I am the committee chair for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. We have with us today, we have Christy, Soretta, as well as Barbara and Katie, who is joining us, and we'll have them introduce themselves. Our discussion today will cover the up and coming Diversity Summit that is hosted with Fayette, Clayton, and Henry County Chamber of Commerce. So at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to Christy.
Thank you, Judy. As I always say, first thing when we get into these community dialogues, we always want to thank Kaiser Permanente because they have been the sponsor of our community dialogue since the very beginning. We did start these in 2020, so we thank them tremendously for being there for us and allowing us to be able to do this. And so today's is a little different. We're not necessarily having somebody talk about topics, but we're promoting our Still Stronger Together Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Summit. We started that. The very first one was last year. And so we're excited about the second one. And, so we're just really, a little bit of history behind that. We had the DEI initiative that we had with the Henry Chamber of Commerce, and we were looking to do a DEI summit, but there's all this talk about regionalism and how we need to come together. And in my position at Central Georgia EMC, I work with multiple counties and multiple chambers. So it made sense to go, hey, why don't we include the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce? And why don't we include Fayette? And so we were able to get together and talk about the things really regionally, because the DEI is not something just for Henry. It's something we're going to experience, regionally, statewide, nationally. And so the more impact and input that we can get on a regional basis is great. So I'm really excited about this upcoming event.
Awesome. Soretta, thank you so much for being a part of this from Fayette County Chamber. We really appreciate you joining. And this has been a great collaboration for 2 years. We have our ups and downs and challenges, but that's what makes us stronger. You're going to have that, but it does make us stronger, and it allows us to create even stronger. And we have a really great summit coming up. I'm so excited about it. So Soretta, can you give us a little bit information about you and your chamber, please?
Yes, thank you, Judy, and Christy. Sorry about that. So yes, we're so excited. First off, my name is Soretta Bean. I work with the Fayette Chamber of Commerce. I'm the Director of Operations and Strategic Initiatives. And we are so excited to partner with you guys once again. We have been doing a DE&I Summit since, I think, 2015. We started with a program called Leading Women, and then we expanded it. And we're very excited, to now expand regionally and work with you guys, work with the Clayton Chamber to promote this. DE&I is not a bad word. In fact, I personally feel like it's a very inclusive word and term. And that's what our summit's about. It is the inclusivity, and it's always positive. And we feel like that when people leave our summit, and like last year, they're going to leave feeling good, and that's what it's about, feeling like, okay, we can all do this and we will be stronger together. And it's going to be good for business, because that's what we are about, right? Helping our businesses. And so we're excited to be here, and thank you for having me on today.
Thank you. Okay, so Katie, thank you so much for joining us from Clayton County. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Clayton County?
Absolutely. Well, Katie Palumbo, I'm the Director of Membership for Clayton County's Chamber of Commerce. I have been with the Chamber for a little over 2 years, and it's been a fabulous experience. We hear about Henry and Fayette all the time. from our members, and we have so many members that are engaged in all of the various communities. And you know, I missed the DE&I Summit last year, and I hate that. I'm thrilled to see it this year, but DE&I is a topic that comes up all the time amongst our members. And I'm thrilled to be able to just play a tiny role in providing the opportunity for all of our communities to come together and explore DE&I on a deeper, meaningful level. You know, so often we think of DE&I as, you know, just a race topic, and we all know that it's so much more encompassing than that. Yes, that's a part of it, but there are so many other topics to build upon. And I'm sure after last year's event, it kind of felt like, wait, we just needed more time, you know? So I'm excited to build on last year's event and continue the conversation that is so crucial in all of our communities.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah.
So since you were unable, unfortunately, to be there last year, hopefully you'll be there this year.
I
18th.
will, don't you worry.
June 18th. So it's June 18th. It's going to be at the Hilton Convention Center. Am I right? Am I saying it right, Soretta?
It's
And
the Hilton, it's the Hilton Peachtree City Atlanta Hotel and Conference Center.
okay, see, that's why I needed you. It's a mouthful, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful facility. It has so much to offer. We have plenty of space because we were at Merle Manor last year, which was another beautiful facility, but we outgrew it. When you're looking at 300 people, but at this point in time, we have the space so we can go up to 500 people if need to. So we will not shut it off. We want as many people to come as possible because this is a very important topic. We are still stronger together. No matter what happens, we are still stronger together. So when you look at, Soretta, you're hosting this year. Last year, Henry County hosted. So we did a rotation, and next year it'll be Clayton. So at this point in time, since you are the host city, I want, would you please give us an overview of what to expect at the DEI Summit for this year?
So thank you. Yes, we're proud to be hosting here in Fayette County and Peachtree City. I think our attendees are really going to appreciate the facility itself. It's beautiful hotel. The staff there are very accommodating. So I'm expecting for us all of us that are working this summit to have a pleasant experience as well. So we're going to start out, I think registration opens at 9 o'clock, and you can come in, get registered. There'll be some networking time. There'll be some coffee set up for you to have some coffee, water, whatever it is that you want. And we're going to start in our big ballroom with an opening keynote speaker. And I'm so excited to announce that our opening keynote speaker is Rodney Bullard. Many people are familiar with Rodney. He is formerly with Chick-fil-A, one of their top executives at Chick-fil-A Corporation. He ran their corporate social responsibility at Chick-fil-A, their community affairs, community engagement, environmental sustainability. And he was also executive director of the Chick-fil-A Foundation. Rodney is he's an Air Force veteran, graduated from the Air Force Academy. So he brings that to the table. And he has a new initiative that he's actually working with in a company, and it's called The Same House. And if you're not familiar with The Same House, please look it up. It's so exciting. It's such an exciting mission that it has. It's a nonprofit, and it's basically that, you know, we all live in the same house, you know, and so it's bridging the differences, and that's what its focus is. So I'm excited that he's going to be our opening keynote speaker.
Okay, what about our lunch?
Yes,
lunch speaker would be.
And so yeah, so I'll just kind of continue through the agenda. Is that okay? Okay,
Sounds
a little bit.
good.
All right. And so then our next thing we're going to be doing after our opening keynote is we're going to have a panel which is going to be represented of all of our large healthcare partners here in the Atlanta metro area. So there's going to be somebody from from Piedmont, somebody from Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. I think Mercer University is going to be represented, their hospital and their initiatives that they're doing. And
Kaiser Permanente.
Kaiser Permanente, absolutely, always. They are going to be part of that. And let me just look really quick because I'm off the top of my head. City of Hope in Atlanta, which they're formerly Cancer Treatment Centers of America. So they're all going to be on a panel that is going to be moderated by Anna Adams. She's the executive director of the Georgia Hospital Association. And they're going to be talking about healthcare disparity. And not only how does it affect individuals, but how does it affect business? How does it affect your ability to bring in employees and to keep employees? And so it's a big deal, and it's something that's happening. It doesn't matter how large your organization is or how small it is, it can affect you. So we're super excited about that panel and bringing in a different topic because, as Katie mentioned, DE&I, it hits more than just race, more than just gender. There's a lot of different components. And so healthcare disparity is a big topic, and we're going to be addressing that. And then at lunch, so when we take our lunch break, I think people are going to enjoy the fact that we're going to have a speaker. His name is Trenton Meredith Sr. He's the head of, he's the U.S. head of DE&I for UCB Pharma. And he actually is going to do an activity with everyone. So it's not going to be we have to listen to somebody else. He's going to be doing some interactive stuff, getting us to think, getting us to kind of, I don't know if we're going to be moving around or not, but, just interacting with each other. And so I think that's going to be a great lunch topic. And then we're moving on. And does somebody else want to talk about our hot topics?
Barbara, and you didn't introduce yourself, so go right ahead, Barbara.
Well, this box that I'm sitting in, I was thinking of this talking head wasn't talking. But yes, I am Barbara Ingram. I am with the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. I'm the director of communications here, and just glad to be with you ladies today here at the community dialogue, and glad that we're able to bring the attention to our summit, DEI Summit, coming up on June 18. And I believe we did mention the location, Hilton Peachtree City, Atlanta Hotel and Conference Center. And so for our breakout sessions this year, we had breakout sessions last year, as you recall, and we wanted to repeat that this year because they were a huge success.
Yes.
They were standing room only in all 3 breakout sessions. So we're happy to be in this new location where we have as much space as we need. There will not be anyone having to stand. And we have 3 very hot topics that we're going to be talking about. First of all, we have Mr. Stephen Childs with Panasonic Automotive Systems of America. He's going to be speaking, presenting, bringing a workshop together, similar to a workshop, but he's presenting on on culture as a DEI strategy. And I'm excited that he's going to share that with us because he's world known as a DEI strategist in many circles. And I believe he has a headquarters or an office in Clayton County. So we were happy to access him. Soretta, is that correct? Am I saying that correct? He has an office in
It's in Peachtree City.
Peachtree.
Yeah. So
Fayette County. County.
Fayette County. Yes. And just so just to let you guys know, Stephen, he has won multiple international and national awards on this topic. He speaks multiple, and Panasonic itself has won awards as a result of their culture as a DEI strategy. So super excited to hear from Stephen. And I think the people who do attend that breakout session are going to be in for a really pleasant, experience, and really walk away with some strategies.
Awesome.
Absolutely. If you get a chance, go ahead and look up Stephen Childs, Panasonic Automotive on LinkedIn. You will be impressed and you will not want to miss this particular topic, that breakout session. And then a second one that we're all looking forward to is combating marginalization in the workplace. And we have assembled a group of people who are going to be able to talk about all groups, many groups that are marginalized historically as well as socially. We have Chris Lugo, who is the executive director of OUT, Chamber of Commerce, at the statewide level. He will be on that panel. It is being moderated by Erica Gordon Roberts, who is the principal coach and consultant at TAI Solutions Group. And let's see, switching over to who else is on that session?
Mr. Carter.
To Marlon T. Carter. He is with the Henry County Sheriff's Office. And Judy, you found him located the space that he works in through Leadership Henry.
He was
And,
in the Leadership Henry
so
class.
excited about
Yes.
what work that he is doing. Would you share a little bit of what you experienced in getting to know to Marlon?
Oh, yes. They created at the sheriff's office in the jail space there. They have a special program, the Second Chance, and they prisoners or people who have been incarcerated or is incarcerated come through this program. They have a special criteria they select, and they teach them welding and other skilled tradesmen, skilled trades, and they go out and when they out of prison, they're able to utilize that, and they connect with other businesses who will offer people who've made mistakes a second chance. That's what it's called, a second chance. They you don't want to consider them criminal. We label people too much, so don't label them. They are people. They just made a mistake and they need a second chance. So they do training and they work with them, and some of them, quite a few of them are entrepreneurs, but they have 100% success rate. When you talk about reform, 100% success. And I'm like, why isn't this program nationwide? You know,
Right.
It's crazy that it's not. But when if you ever have a chance to visit that facility, you'll see model people who are incarcerated tell you their story. When you hear their story and how this program have changed their life, literally, and they don't go back after that. 100% success rate. Come on, that's incredible, isn't it? And you have
Absolutely
come out of that, entrepreneurs that are doing phenomenal. So he'll be there, and when he talks about this program, you're going to try to push for, why don't we have this everywhere?
everywhere.
That's for it.
Absolutely.
So
So yes.
it's exciting.
So second chance, marginalization of people who need a second chance, marginalization of our LGBTQ community, marginalization of people who have different abilities. We'll be addressing and creating awareness in that workshop with the speakers that we've been able to bring on board for that particular breakout session. So yes.
And Barbara, just if you don't mind, just for our audience, the importance of recognizing these things, is that can affect your business. These are potential employees that we are overlooking. And in the workforce shortage that we have, across industries, whether you're a large or small business, these are people who are available, that oftentimes. So the importance of I'm so excited that you guys and you guys did put together that panel, and y'all did such a great job of representation there. So I'm excited that we're actually going to have that as one of our hot topic breakout sessions.
Yes.
And everything concerning this summit is really focused on business and how it impacts business. Because DEI, from our perspective, all of us collectively, we're all chambers of commerce. So our focus at first and foremost is, what can we do to help our businesses grow, strive, and thrive? And so this summit, the DEI Summit, we firmly believe that this is a strategy that is going to help all of our businesses. And we were so excited last year to see the companies over 300 people in the room who have embraced this strategy of implementing DEI in the business place, because they understand, and we did bring that home very well last year with Chris Clark from the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, showing us the numbers of the justification of bringing DEI into the workplace as a strategy for sustainability, for growth, for increased productivity, all of those elements. We are addressing that last year and again this year, why you should, as a business, embrace DEI. So that is one of the final breakout sessions. Our large businesses represented from Clayton, Fayette, and Henry will be there in that third workshop to talk about how they have embraced and utilized DEI strategies for success in their workplace. And that's going to be moderated by Mike Carnathan, who is has control of data himself, manager of research and analytics at the Atlanta Regional Commission will be the moderator. And then we have Sharon Ponder, who is the vice president of the largest female-owned logistics transportation company in America, which is based right here in Henry County. Bennett International Group will be sharing their perspectives on DEI, as well as Cooper Lighting Solutions from Fayette County, and Clayton County Water Authority will be there representing, and they're one of the largest employers, I believe, Katie, in Clayton County. You can speak about Clayton County Water, and if you would, Soretta, say a word about Cooper Lighting.
Do you want to go first, Soretta?
Sure. So Cooper Lighting, they are here they're in Peachtree City, but this is their second year as a major sponsor of this event, and they have been sponsors of diversity and inclusion initiatives that we've been doing over here even before our collaboration started last year. They truly believe in promoting equity in the workplace and and recruiting the diversity component. So this is something that's very important to them as a company in their culture, and so I'm super excited that they're going to be part of this panel.
Absolutely.
And Clayton County Water Authority, they are such a powerhouse, in so many different ways. I can speak firsthand to the dedication behind their small business initiative, and helping businesses learn about, becoming all the certifications that businesses are eligible for. So, minority business, and, disadvantaged businesses and things like that. So, they are a major employer in our community. They also have that component to support our business community as well. And it's just a logical fit. And so I'm really excited to hear what they have to say, just because they are such a powerhouse in our community. Yeah.
Finally, we have a closing keynote, and that brings us right around back to Judy, who worked so hard to help us secure Mr. Joe Jackson. If you'll give us a little brief information about his background.
Absolutely. Dr. Joseph A. Jackson Jr. He's the president and founder of Econ Consulting Group. He is a professional service firm, and he provides consultant services for clients in both the public and private sector. He provides services, comprehensive business solutions such as business development, contract administration, growth strategies, and supplier diversity programs, management services. And also he serves his clients in both the private and public sector for the following industries: transportation, construction, health, and related industries. So his accolades is long. You really would have to go on his website to see everything that he does in the space of DEI. He is, yes, he is definitely a mover and shaker in that area. So
And he's got so many different industries that he's
affiliated
specializes
with.
in.
Oh yeah, he's
And
affiliated with a lot of different industries as well.
he services the Metro Atlanta area as well.
Yes,
So he
exactly.
will he will bring a perspective that ties it all together
Yes.
for us and send us on our way, I'm sure, with many action items to take back
Right.
to our individual businesses. So yes, that is an amazing summit that is planned for us. And so we are happy to be here today to give you some of the excitement that we have to share it with you. And we
And
have
just the
we're
network
gonna,
alone too,
yeah,
Barbara.
the networking opportunity is going to be amazing. So if you're looking to do business in Henry County, Clayton County, or Fayette County, you will want to be in that room on June 18th.
Yeah, the energy is going to be incredible because you have a lot of people who are just interested in adding value to people. And it doesn't matter what your background is, it's just coming together. And that's why we're still stronger together. We can't emphasize that enough. When we were choosing a title, that's one of the titles we still stronger together. We just added still because last year it was stronger together. Now it's still stronger together. And we're getting even more stronger each year that we do this. So I want to ask a couple questions to the panel, okay? How was 2024 Summit built on this momentum to establish that we established in 2023? So how do we build on the momentum for this summit from 2023? Who want to elaborate on that one? You thinking about it?
Well, building on the momentum of last year, I hope we can, if nothing else, just replicate the excitement and momentum from last year. It was amazing. And I have to admit that I was unable to attend, but I have all of the photos, all of the video. And I heard so many marvelous things about the summit last year. So I look forward to being there, and I'm sure that with it being hosted at this fabulous hotel this year, that's going to be a big draw for businesses from Henry County and from Clayton County to go see this amazing facility and enjoy what you had last year, but with more room to
Grow.
collaborate and grow.
Yes, because last year it was our first inaugural
Mhm.
period summit. And for us to take that and have so many people be interested in coming and participate, we didn't just have speakers, we had interaction. So you
Engagement.
Engagement, interaction, your activities that you interact with in the workshops that we offered as well. So that way you had something to take back. This year, you're going to have even more to take back, and you have to apply it. So don't just come and sit, but take advantage of meeting all the different diverse people that's in the room, diverse companies that's in the room, as well as listening to what the speakers have to offer. Take a lot of notes, but as you're taking notes, what items, what's 1, 2, 3 things you can do to apply it to your organization when you return, or yourself personally. It's not just about your company that way. It starts with individual. So what's 1 or 2 or maybe 3 things you could take away from the summit that's coming up? This is how we're building on the momentum, because we want to make sure change occurs in a positive way. So that way we stay stronger together. Christy, need to elaborate on any of that?
Sure, yeah. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be at the summit this year.
But you were there last year.
Yeah, I was there last year. I'll be actually taking a group of teenagers to Washington, D.C. during that time, where it is an absolute diverse group of teenagers. And so it really does kind of fall into the lines of everything that we're kind of doing with the DEI Summit. But, just building a momentum, I kind of have seen, we're thinking about more ways and more avenues and more intersections in diversity, equity, inclusion. We talked about generations last year. We're going to talk about culture this year. And we're just kind of spreading those intersections to where we can find where we interact in those intersections. And so I think that's the momentum that's built. We've talked about this. Let's talk about this. This is part of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And, you know, we're trying to make sure that we're grabbing every intersection that we can. So I think that's the most important part. And, you know, even I would love to be there. We had one of our community development sessions about the inequities in healthcare. And so that's going to be a great panel because it's going to bring in more than just, because we talked with Kaiser Permanente and it talked about mothers having babies. And, you know, that's just one little section of where there's some disparity there, you know, in our healthcare. So it's going to give us the ability to just learn more and more and get out of our bubbles of what we think diversity, equity, inclusion is. And I'm just really excited for it for the 3
And
counties.
get out of our silos, not just bubbles, silos.
Yes,
We need to come
silos.
together. Okay, Soretta, can you like to elaborate on that topic?
Yes, actually I would. So one of the things that I wanted to mention, and Barbara, you know, you were talking about, you know, how we're building and from last year up to this year. So one of the advantages of being at this location is we're also able to expand our offerings for our sponsorships. So if anybody is out there and is interested in having a display table at the event so that you can interact with, you know, the attendees and promote your business or and anything like that. We actually were able to offer that this year. So that was something that I feel like last year that had been talked about, but there just wasn't space. And so so building on that, we have expanded our opportunities for other businesses, small businesses, large businesses, whoever that wants to get out there and actually be able to interact with our attendees, we have that opportunity. So we're excited about being able to expand those opportunities for interaction.
And what is the sponsorship levels? Can any one of you or Soretta or Barbara can speak to the sponsorship levels that are out there and still available if you want to come in and be a part of such a great summit and to be able to sponsor the event while also showing how great you are with your DEI and representing and come alongside of us as well.
I'd like to, oh, I'm sorry, Judy. I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's
but
okay.
in also talking about the sponsorship levels, I just want to recognize our sponsors.
Yes.
We have this year welcoming back Georgia Power. Georgia Power was the one of the initiators with us last year. When they awarded us the sponsorship funds last year, their challenge was, let's do a DEI summit. What we did with that seed funding was go to Clayton and to Fayette. And so we thank Georgia Power for allowing us to initiate this collaborative last year. And now we welcome them back as our platinum sponsor this year. And at the next level of sponsorship, we are happy to have back, I believe you mentioned City of Hope is going to be on one of our panels, but they are a sponsor from last year and they have returned again this year. Cooper Lighting Solutions, Chase Bank, Panasonic Automotive, who is also one of our speakers this year. And of course, we all thank Kaiser Permanente. We always having to thank Kaiser Permanente because they do so much as well as sponsor this live broadcast every month. And
Delta
of course,
Airlines?
Delta?
It shows as one of our sponsors.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Delta Airlines. And then I was about to say Piedmont Fayette and Piedmont Henry, as well as Jesco Sign and Lighting Atlanta, the Henry County Water Authority, and the EMC Coweta Fayette are also one of our sponsors. And sponsorships will be available because we're selling tables as well as all of the different levels but we are selling tables up until the day of because we have that much space at
Yes.
this new facility. We can't run out of space. So if you're interested in sponsoring a table, having representation in the room, just go to either website, Fayette Chamber, Fayette Chamber, or the Henry County Chamber. Any of us can help you with a sponsorship, and tickets are available at the same price on all websites.
Mhm.
So with that said, Judy,
I do want to add, yes, Delta Airlines is a sponsor, and so is the Clayton County Water Authority and Verizon. So,
And Sonic, yes.
I was reading, we've got to update the websites.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, we have quite a few, and they're constantly pouring in. That's why
Yes.
we're
Yes, they're
looking at
coming
it.
in
Exactly.
daily.
They're coming in daily.
Yes.
So we want to continue to have that out there, and we'll promote your company as well as being a supporter of the DEI and how you embrace it and how great your programs are. And that's why you embrace the summit with the chamber. So okay, well, I have one other question that I would like to ask the group. What is the role of culture in diversity strategy, and how has this been emphasized in the DEI Summit for 2023, and how will it be emphasized this year for 2024? The culture.
Well, of course, we have Mr. Stephen Childs, who is going to be introducing that topic as one of the breakout sessions, culture as a DEI strategy. But I also share that some of the research and the opportunity to put the DEI Summit together last year as well as this year, one of the things that it appears, and I think we'll also see it in the breakout session with the large businesses talking about their successes, is culture is very important in an organization, in that you recognize all of the different cultures of your people, of your employees, and it is one of the tools, I believe, one of the strategies that, if not recognize these cultures, as a culture, as a strategy, it's missing an opportunity. If you're struggling to maintain employees and you're not recognizing the different cultures that make up your environment, you're missing an opportunity to strengthen your organization, to give people voice, to give people an opportunity to feel heard and included, and strengthen your employee organization. So I'm looking forward to Mr. Childs as the breakout session, as well as learning from the large organizations who are implementing culture as a strategy, as a DEI strategy. And any successful organization that, I'm sure if you explore how they, if you explore culture in their organization, you'll see that it is exceptional and recognized. All of the various cultures are playing a part to make any organization stronger.
Absolutely. And, you know, and when you talk about still stronger together, you know, it is our differences that do make us stronger and
Yes.
that do bring us together, because if we were all the same, we'd all be the same exact cookie. You know, I think of like the Stepford Wives. That is not us. That is not business. That is not our world that we live in. And not to give too much away about Stephen's presentation, but I've heard him speak and I've seen it in action. One of the things, it's don't just, you know, don't talk the talk, walk the walk. And you have to be deliberate about living your culture. And so culture is how, you know, what is the environment in your work, but it also involves looking at the diverse cultures in your community, as Barbara described. So I think it's such a big part of just business success. And so excited that we're able to bring that as part of this program.
Oh, absolutely. Even just working with the 3 chambers, because we're different, we still was able to come together and work together and look at the beauty of what we're producing, regardless of our
Absolutely.
differences,
Yeah.
regardless of our challenges or struggles. We're able to still come and produce something wonderful to provide to business owners to come, and you have to take on this opportunity and understand and your culture. Do your organization have a culture? I have that question to the audience. Do your organization have a culture? Do your employees know what that culture is? If not, you definitely need to be at the DEI Summit on June 18th. 9 o'clock, the door is open, so we do want you there. But any of the topics that we have, if it resonates with you, it doesn't have to be all of them, but just one or two, something that you need to really learn or make a change for yourself or your organization, you should be there June 18th, because it does matter.
And Judy, I like how you just asked that question, because the answer is yes, you have a culture. Is it the culture you want it to be?
Yeah.
Because everybody has a culture. It's just knowing what that culture is and making sure it's the culture you want it to be.
Right.
So
Some
this
have multiple
program-
cultures within their organization. You want one for your organization so they can embrace
Exactly.
and the culture of your organization. So
That's
people
right.
understand that, because if they don't, like you said, Soretta, everybody has a culture, and that's multiple heads in there. And you have, that's something you do not want. It's multiple culture in your organization, and your employees not understand. Like Chick-fil-A, Delta Airlines, those are cultures that everybody embrace. We come different to those organizations. However, we embrace that culture because our values line up to the culture. And then it shows to whatever comes out for our customers. So that's good. Thank you, Soretta, for that.
Well, and just hinging on that, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no,
but,
Katie.
Oh, no.
We're
as
here.
y'all have been talking, I'm like, but wait.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, no, I think when we're talking about employers, as far as attracting top talent, there's never been more of a focus on DE&I. And so that's something that employees are looking for. And it's important to have this conversation and explore how various businesses feel about DEI and how they're adopting that. And I think that as chambers, it's so important that we provide this platform for our business community to explore their current efforts and the progress that can still be made, because there can always be progress made. But if you don't have a safe space to explore that, then progress is going to be hindered, of course. And then I think it was Judy talking about Chick-fil-A and the customers, as far as your customer base, you have to have a diverse, inclusive, and equitable workforce in order to be able to understand and meet the needs of a global, multicultural customer base. And so I think that, as chambers, it is our responsibility. We are tasked with this. And I'm so thrilled that we've all gotten on board to provide this opportunity to, essentially just provide a safe space for these companies to explore, again, where they are and where they can be, where they're headed. So
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So Barbara, do we have any comments on Facebook?
That's what I wanted to say. We don't have any comments, but I do want to thank everybody that is online watching right now live. And when we finish today, this segment will be posted on our Facebook page permanently, but we'll also add it to YouTube so that you have an opportunity to go back and review it or share it. We invite you to share it. But thank you for being a part of today's broadcast, everyone that's online right now.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to our panelists, Katie, Soretta, Christy, and Barbara, of course. Thank you so much for participating in this very important hot topic and talking about this wonderful event that's coming up. Again, June 18th, that's next month. We don't even have a full month. It's less than a month that this will be coming up, and we're going to the beautiful Peachtree City. Looking forward to it. It's a beautiful hotel at the Hilton. Go ahead, Soretta. You can say that long hotel name.
It's the Hilton Peachtree City Atlanta Hotel and Conference Center.
There you go.
There's got to be a shortened version or
Right.
something.
The Hilton in
An
Peachtree City.
acronym.
There you go.
That's
So-
it. That's it.
But we look forward to having you all there, and you'll see most of us. Katie, you're coming too, right? You'll
Absolutely.
be there. I know Soretta definitely will be there, and Barbara we'll
We'll
be
miss
there.
you, Christy.
Yes,
Thank
we'll
you.
miss you, Christy, but we'll have it videotaped and everything ready to go, so that way you can see it later. But it's nothing like being live. You have to be there to really meet the people. They're wonderful people that's going to come there, so you don't want to miss it. And so get your tickets today, and that way we'll make sure we see you in beautiful Peachtree City. All right, thank you, everyone, and we'll see each other soon. All right, bye.
Bye. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.